Good morning, Ultimate Hustlers. Yes, it is that time, man. Cortez Hustle Show. We're talking the art of persuasion, part 5. We went over the 16 ways to move people to action without being pushy. And today, I've got a very special guest, the sales confidence coach himself, Mr. Keith McNeill, is going to show us how to put it all together. And at the end of the day, you got to close the deal. And he's going to help us feel better about doing that. So do me a favor, man. Make sure you comment in the chat where you're from. Drop the name of your business and or your brand and smash that share button. And Brian is going to break it down for us on the importance of feeling good and really understanding what selling is. It's gotten a bad rap, man. And he's going to break it down and help us overcome a lot of the apprehension about selling. So y'all make sure y'all keep it locked right here. Let me know where you're from. Drop the name of your business and or your brand and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. And let's kick it. Yo, what's up, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally or I've learned from or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network. And when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. All right, Ultimate Hustlers, welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show this morning. I am super excited to have each and every one of you here. Comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and or your brand, and smash that share button. We're talking the art of persuasion. We went over 16 ways to move people to action without being pushy. And now we're bringing on a special guest, Mr. Keith McNeill. He's going to help us understand the power and the impact of selling. But before we do that, you guys know that we come to you live and direct from the Monetize My Life studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you haven't gotten your free copy of Monetize My Life, then you need to do that immediately after the show. This book will help you understand how to take your gifts, talents, special abilities and turn them into income streams, ladies and gentlemen. Go to monetizemylifeacademy.com/free book to get yourself a copy. A couple quick announcements before we bring on Mr. McNeill. Thanks again for everybody who supported me in the Black Business Expo's week of entrepreneurs helping other entrepreneurs grow. I did a keynote on content marketing and it was phenomenal. A lot of you guys showed up and showed a lot of love, but it is not too late for you to donate to the Black Business Expo Scholarship Fund. And if you do, I'm going to give you some free gifts depending on the denomination that you choose to donate. All you got to do is inbox me a proof of your receipt and I got you. Also, if you're looking for a way to get your business or brand in front of lots of new faces, then you might want to consider sponsoring the Cortez Hustle Show. I got sponsorship spots starting at just $15 to get your business, your brand in front of our audience here. And it comes with free consultation. So you guys know I love branding and marketing. So there's some things I can probably help you with on the back end to get more leads and sales in your business. Also, for those of you who want to add another stream of income to your household, then we ought to connect. I'm expanding my financial education franchise. I'm looking for 2 people to coach and mentor in the financial education space. If you've ever wanted a business where you teach people about money, then all you got to do is text keyword franchise to 314-874-6887. Again, text keyword franchise to 314-874-6887. Now it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for us to introduce to some and present to others my brother from another mother. He's really done a whole lot in helping me understand the psychology of sales and helping me overcome the apprehension that I have when it comes to sales, right? Because a lot of us feel a way when it comes to sales. We've got this this icky feeling, right, that comes over us when we get ready to sell something. So let me introduce you guys to the sales confidence coach, best-selling author, and trainer on all things sales, Mr. Brian Keith McNeill. Top of the morning to you, bro.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Brother Cortez. How you doing?
I am doing well, man. How about yourself?
Man, I'm super excited today for 2 reasons, man. 2. One is I'm excited about what you and I are about to do over these next 45, 50 minutes, because I really believe it's going to bless somebody. I'm super excited. I've been preparing for this moment. I'm excited about it. And also, in a few hours from now, I get to watch my youngest son walk across the stage in high school graduation. So I'm super pumped.
Congratulations, bro. Congratulations. Well, we're going to get all the way into that. But before we do, Brian, we like to start the show off with a quote of the day on the Cortez Hustle Show. And I will give a quote, and then you can either chime in on that quote, or if you have a favorite quote that you like to share with the people, then you can share that, and maybe I'll chime in on yours. But the quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show for today is, if you don't find a way to make some money while you sleep, you'll work till you die. And that is the legendary investor, Mr. Warren Buffett. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work till you die. You want to comment on that one, or do you have one of your favorite quotes?
I want to give one of my favorite quotes, but I love that quote as well. Mr. Buffett, that was beautiful. Yep. My favorite quote is, in whatsoever work we do, do it as if working for the Lord and not for man, for you know there will be a reward for that. That's Colossians 3:23 and 24.
Love it, love it, love it. And I think that is so key, man. Perspective is everything. And sometimes we just don't understand that disgruntled spirit sometimes when we don't feel the best. Man, you got to figure out how to shake that stuff off, man, because it is infectious and it is contagious. And before you know it, it permeates throughout your entire day. So I love that when it comes to the Warren Buffett thing, man, listen, you will never enjoy your life until you figure out how to make money effectively and efficiently, right? Another one of my favorites is from John D. Rockefeller. He said, the man who spends all day working has no time to make money.
That's right.
So you got to figure out how to create some passive residual or portfolio income at some point in your life, ladies and gentlemen. And that's when, whether you roll over in bed or you roll out of bed, you're good. And that's what I try to encourage people to do. So that is the quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by myperfectmoneyplan.com. Listen, if you are a baby boomer or Generation X like me, and you're trying to figure out how to get your retirement income to double, I want you to go check out this free masterclass at myperfectmoneyplan.com. Imagine wherever you are with your retirement, if it doubles every 4 to 5 years. Could you shave some time off your retirement? I don't know, but maybe you can. Check out myperfectmoneyplan.com. Brand new masterclass just released. It is fire. Make sure you guys go check that out. Now, Mr. Brian Keith McNeill, why don't you tell everybody, who the heck are you?
Well, I was born as poor black child in no, I'm joking. Actually, I was born and raised in the streets of Brooklyn. But my name is Brian K. McNeill, and you know how there's so many amazing entrepreneurs that offer services that really do help people. And a lot of times these entrepreneurs offering these services don't earn nearly the money that they could or that they should.
Yeah.
And the reason why I believe is because they either don't know how to sell it right or well, or they're using antiquated selling methodologies. And I believe that through my years of experience and through my years of study, that I'm uniquely qualified to help these entrepreneurs to sell themselves and their services better than they ever have before, so they earn more money than ever before. That's what I'm here to do. You know, just one more thing on that Warren Buffett quote. You know, I don't imagine I'm ever going to not do this work. Okay.
Right.
I intend to do this work forever because I love helping people to profit more. It makes my heart sing. However, I am not foolish enough not to acquire some residual income and money that I'm making when I'm sleeping.
Yes. Because at the end of the day, you can still do the work, but imagine the time that comes, Brian, when because of your passive and your residual income, you can just host workshops and stadiums for entrepreneurs for free and help them just get the game and go on and do what it is.
Amen.
So you
Amen.
can
That's
still do the work. But if you don't have that passive income, it's always going to be like, man, you got to hustle, you got to hustle, you got to hustle.
It's a major part of my life, yes.
To do that work, man. So I'm super excited that you are here with us today, brother. And I think one of the first things, and I know you got some things that's on your heart that you really want to help our community understand. And I'm super glad that you are here. But I think one of the first things we always have to help people with is this negative stigma around the word sales, right? Sales has become this thing that everybody is trying to avoid, but we got to understand that if nobody is selling, ain't nobody getting paid, right? Every job, I don't care if you're a janitor on your job, you are keeping the building clean so customers can come in and buy something. So you are actually working for the sales team. Everybody works for the sales team, but it seems like nobody wants to sell. Can you help us with the psychological blocks that we have when it comes to the negative stigma of selling?
First off, I understand where the negative stigma comes from. You know, over time in our country's history, salesmen used to have the advantage over the consumer because they knew the real rates and they knew what the products really did. And the consumer had to hope the salesperson was honest. And around the mid 80s, the early 90s, you didn't have to hope nothing. You could check them out. You could research them right there in their face. Okay, you can check out reviews. So the whole pendulum has shifted. You know, there used to be a way for people to be shysty, but that way is gone now. So today's salesperson, the shysty kind of guy who tries to get over, he's going like a dinosaur. You can't sell anymore. You can't survive because people check you out and people share information about you. But I still understand where the stigma comes from. Let me help heal you from that stigma of selling. First off, let me ask you this, Cortez. If we had a room of 100 people here and I said, how many people here dislike selling? What percentage of the hands you think would raise?
Oh man, I would think it would be up in the 85 to 90 percentile.
Yeah. And every one of those people who say it was 90% of them said they dislike selling. And every one of them would be lying. And I can prove it. Okay. People say they don't like selling, but just think about this. In your lifetime, anytime anyone has ever bought anything from you, whether they bought your services or they bought a product from you, did you ever, after selling a product or service, think to yourself, man, I did not like the fact that they gave me money for this. Or I did not like the fact that they bought what I offered. Now, people love to sell. What they don't like is the potential for rejection. And what they don't like is not knowing what to say first, second, and third. That's the uncertainty of it. They don't know what they're doing, and they know there's a potential for objections or rejection. That's the part they dislike. But both of those things can be healed. Okay. Knowing what to do first, second, and third, just learn how to sell. I happen to know of an amazing sales coach. Looks a lot like me, sounds a lot like me, is me. But I'm not the only one. You know, sure. You can read a book. You can learn how to sell.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And that part about, am I going to be rejected? Are they going to think I'm this and that? That happens when people are being they're concerned more about themselves than the other person. They're self-directed is the phrase I was looking for.
Gotcha.
What are they going to think of me? That's one way of looking at it. But how is this going to benefit them as another? And it goes to the concept of, are you selling to people or for people? You see, if you're selling for people, now, Cortez, I ask this question a lot. Are you selling your services to people or for people? Now, when people knee-jerk answer me, I'm selling it for them. And then all I have to do is say, are you sure? And brother, it's amazing how many people tap dance because they're not sure if they're doing it for them or not. You're doing it for them if you know that they're better off giving you the money you ask for and taking the solution that you offer. If you're sure they're better off, if you know they're much better off, if they give you the money in exchange for your services, then don't you owe it to them to motivate them to take your solution? If you know it benefits them, don't you owe it to them? Selling today is not transactional as it used to be. Selling today is an act of motivation. You are motivating people to take an action in their best interests.
I love that. I love that. And we talked before, and I want to get this explanation on camera so that I can have it and play it over and over and over. Because you talked about before the sin of the desert. And I think it's critical for people to understand, because that's kind of what I heard you alluding to, was like, you have something that's going to benefit the person that you're trying to motivate to buy it. And if you're not willing to jump through a few hoops to get them to see that, then you are literally doing them a disservice. So talk to us about that sin of the desert.
Absolutely. The sin of the desert. I'm going to talk about the sin of the desert and also Proverbs 11 and 26. Okay. Let me do the proverb first and then the sin of the desert. But Proverbs 11 and 26 says, the people curse the ones that withhold the grain, blessings upon the ones that will sell it. Now, your grain is your intellectual property, or your grain is what you know how to do. And if you're not willing to sell it, the people are going to wish curses upon you because they need the solutions and you're not willing to sell it. You're keeping it to yourself. And if you are willing to sell it, they're going to wish blessings upon you. Now, the sin of the desert, that's when you know where the water is, but you won't tell enough other people where it is. You know where it is, but you're keeping that to yourself. You're not willing to tell other people, or you're not willing to tell enough other people. The sin of the desert is the height of selfishness. You have a solution and you're not willing to share your solution. Well, Brian, I don't know if they'll accept my offer. They don't want to listen to me. I'm tired right now. Whatever. Any excuse you give, you're still committing the sin. If you know that they need your help, if you know they're better off, then you owe it to them. If you don't sell it, according to my Bible, curses upon you. You're supposed to sell your gift, skills, and talents in exchange for money. The parable of the talents is in 3 books, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. The man gives them talents, and they're supposed to use their talents to earn more money. The one who hides their talents in the ground, or the ones who won't use their talents in exchange for money, they're going to be banished into the outer courts, where there's going to be weeping and gnashing of the teeth. There's a penalty if you don't use your gift, skills, and talents in exchange for money.
I love it. I love it. And that's how they bring you before great men, right? Your gifts will make room for you. So I love it. I love it. I love where this is going. And I know you're going to really get to some of the things you want to get off your chest and then help us heal, right?
Yes, I do. Now, I do have some stuff to get off my chest.
So we're going to do that on the other side of 1 minute motivation. But Brian, 1 minute motivation is where I play a short motivational video, usually about 60 to 90 seconds. And I ask you to just give a couple takeaways. I'll give a couple takeaways. And then the audience usually comments. And I love what Jason Freeman left a comment on our quote of the day. He said, when you do more than you're paid for, eventually you'll be paid more than you do. That is a great quote as well. So let's jump into 1 minute motivation, guys. Get your fingers ready to type in what you hear, because the reason I love this, Brian, is we're all going to listen to the same clip, but we're all going to hear something different. And that's why I love it, man. So let's get to 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
If we want to go somewhere, you got to do it. One of the great secrets in life to becoming successful, whether it's in a business, whether it's working with someone or for someone or in your own personal life, is be prepared in life for a lot of rejection. Because if you're prepared for a lot of rejection, it comes, you don't get turned off, you don't get disappointed, like, well, I'm not going to do this anymore. No one thinks it's a good idea.
We need trust. Right? We need trust. When we're surrounded by people who believe what we believe and trust starts to emerge, when we trust them and they trust us, we're more willing to take risks. We're more willing to experiment, which requires failure. We're more willing to explore and go somewhere that no one has ever gone before, with the confidence that if we fail, if we trip over, if we turn our backs, that those within our community, those who we trust and who trust us, will look after us while we're gone, will pick us up when we fall over, will help us when we're hurt. Our very survival depends on it.
Courage, someone who has the courage no matter what to believe in something wholeheartedly and follow that with faith and courage to just go. And if I was able to do it, you can too. You know, but you need to start making that choice. You need to make that choice right now for yourself.
Ooh-wee. This is how you start your day, people. This is how you start your day, man. You gotta get something positive in your head, man. Get something thought-provoking, tear-jerking. So you are the guest on today's show, Brian. So I'll start with you. What did you hear, bro?
Two things really stood out for me. One is, if you want to be successful, if you want to go and do things in your life, you got to prepare yourself for a lot of rejection. Okay. Yeah. Prepare yourself mentally for a lot of rejection. That's like the price you must pay. That was like in the opening few moments or so. I was like, oh, yes. And near the end, it was talking about courage. You know, the courage to fail, the courage to try, the courage to do that. It made my heart sing.
I love it. I love it, brother. We are of kindred spirits. I wrote this down before you even showed up, but I did the same thing. Prepare for rejection and adversity. I think when we set out on a journey and we are naive in thinking that it's going to be smooth sailing from go to where we're going, you, my friend, are setting yourself up for failure. But when you understand and when you embrace the hard, when you embrace the difficulty that you know is eventually going to show itself,
that's right.
You can prepare for it. Like I say, and when he said courage, right? Courage to believe, courage to do the thing. I'm like, I've already decided that I'm building a media empire that will surpass Ted Turner and Walt Disney someday. I've already decided. But guess what comes in that decision is a commitment that even when ish hits the fan, because I know it's going to at some point.
You know, I see that for you, Cortez. Yeah. I see that media empire for you because you're consistent in that message. I've heard you say that 10 times, and I believe in that.
Yes,
and I'm excited. And I'm going to look back on these days when you were on your grind, go into that place.
Yes. And because I've decided that that's the end game, I've committed to get through whatever I got to get through to make it happen. And that takes courage, my friend. So that is 1 minute motivation. Shanrika says, prepare for rejections as well. And guess what, Brian? Rejection don't often kill you. Because I had to figure that out for myself. It's like, man, they said no, and
I'm okay.
It's so that is 1 minute.
Excuse me, honey, would you like to dance? No, not right now. Okay, no problem. I'll go ask somebody else.
And it didn't kill you. So 1 minute motivation is brought to you by myperfectmoneyplan.com. Make sure you guys go and check out myperfectmoneyplan.com. We literally performed a masterclass where we show you how to get your retirements to double every 4 to 5 years. It is amazing because some of y'all are like me, got started late on your investing journey and you got to catch up. Well, this masterclass will help you with the language of money. It'll help you with exactly where to go and what to look for to get great returns on your money. It will also help you understand the potential of growing from zero to tens and hundreds of millions in just a couple of generations. Yeah, did I say that out loud? Yeah, because some of y'all want this right now. No, we plan for generations when we're talking about wealth. So it's going to take 25, 50, 75 years, but you'd be amazed at where you can be down the road if you just commit to making some
everyone needs to sign up for that master class. Everyone needs to. If the preacher says, if you want a financial blessing and prayer, come down front. You better not be in the aisles because you'll get bum rushed. Everyone wants someone to pray for their financial blessing. But when the preacher says we're hosting a master class on how to double your money, okay, you get, 4% of the people. Now, why is that? Is because some people have not yet embraced that you have to do something to get something. Yeah, this is the first step. If you if you look ahead, you don't like how your financial future is looking, daggone it, he's offering a daggone master. You mean to tell me he's going to teach you how to be smart with your money and you're not willing to listen?
Yeah. In my Kimberly Elise voice from John Q, do something, right?
Yeah, now, do something, John.
Now, she didn't mean for him to go and hijack the hospital, but she wanted him to do something, right? So, Brian, let's get to this beef, bro, that you got in the marketplace. Because you, like me, you don't just sit back and do your own thing in a vacuum. You study not only to show yourself approved, but you study the marketplace. You have concern for your target audience and the information that's out there that could be confusing them and all of that kind of stuff. So talk to me real quick. We had a conversation just yesterday or the day before about this very thing, man. So what are you seeing in the marketplace that's causing some confusion in the area of this sales space and teaching people how to sell and be confident in their selling efforts?
Cortez, I'm so grateful that you give me the opportunity to air this beef because I'm about to bust. I do study my game. I do study entrepreneurs. I do study consultants. And I talk to entrepreneurs daily because this is my life's work. Every day I'm talking to entrepreneurs who are attempting to get clients. There has been a shift, a sea shift, Cortez, it seems like to me, where people are so afraid of not being liked that they won't do anything that might impede that. They seem to have gotten in their heads that the key to selling is to be well liked. And I'm just going to tell you, it's not. That whole but like, listen, trust, right? What is it?
Like and shit. I mean, no like and trust.
No like and trust, right? Huge Even that, no like and trust is a abbreviation of the original formula. It's a bastardization of the like before listen, listen before trust, and trust before buy, the original Greek formula. But we've shortened it to know, like, and trust. People got to know you and they got to like you and they got to trust you. That's true, but they don't have to like you so much they have you in their wedding. It's not all about like. And even if they really like you, the liking only gets you to the door. It does not get you to the close. There's a whole lot of reasons why people will like you and never hire you, like you and never giving you money. I'm so hardworking. I've got experience. I got a degree. I'm available for my clients. I'm so passionate. I love people. I'm always honest. I care. All that stuff is great. That makes people like you. That makes people save a seat for you at the barbecue, but they're not buying from you because of that. You have got to articulate how you benefit them greater than just liking. I like a lot of people that I would never give money to. And you now have a lot of people that are never going to give you money to because they just like you. I want you to understand, of the 7 reasons why people will give you money, liking you is not even on the list. Yes, they must like you, but that's not enough to transmute it into business. And we can prove this to you easily. You want to jump in before I keep going?
I mean, yeah, because how many people hate Walmart?
Me?
But I
go there all the time.
Thousands of dollars every year, and you can't stand the thought of having to go into that place.
The parking lot's too big. They never have a cashier. You know, I hate having to self-serve myself. I can't find anything, can't get any help. Okay.
I say it, my wife waits for me to say it every time, and I'm probably gonna say it every time for the next 3 or 4 years. My favorite phrase when I go into these places now, because everybody's going to self-checkout. My favorite phrase, Brian, is I don't work here.
Exactly.
But they put you to work. You got to check yourself out when you come to these places. And that's just one example of you don't have to like something in order for it to benefit you and take advantage of it. I'm going to go in and do my thing. It's going to take an hour out of my day to go in and get a tube of toothpaste and a pair of socks. A whole hour out of my day. But nevertheless, I'm going to do it anyway. So to your point, yeah, go ahead, bro. Let us know.
Let me say,
7
guys,
things, bro. Go ahead.
7 things. I'm gonna do that too, but I'm hoping I'll have time to talk about the new ABCs of selling. Okay, but I'm gonna go through the 7 things real quickly because I want anyone who took the time and energy to tune into this show to leave this show today better than they were when they got here.
And before you do that, real quick, if you have not shared the stream yet, shame on you. Because that's another problem that we have, Brian, is we will hoard some information, bro. And don't do that, y'all. You're not the only one.
It doesn't work when you try to hoard
this
information anyway. It doesn't work. Okay, keep it flowing. Okay, just like your money, keep it flowing. It doesn't work. You can't keep it to yourself. And you probably know, anyone that's on here right now, of the people you know, who do you believe would most love to hear some of the same things that you're hearing right now? And whoever came to your mind first, because someone probably did, that's the person you need to share with first.
Yeah. Tag them, send it to them in their inbox, whatever, right? Go ahead, Rick.
All right. Write it down. I'm going to give it to you quickly because I'm going to be respectful to you and your time, okay? But the reasons why people will enthusiastically give you money, the reason why they want to give you money are these 7 things. Number 1 is time. Time. Is there any part of your services that will save your clients some time? Are there any results that can achieve faster as a result of working with you than they would have if they didn't work with you? You know, they want to lose weight. Can they lose weight faster with your help than without your help? If it is, if there's any part of your work that help your clients to either save some time or achieve it as a result faster, you need to talk about that. That's a reason to give you money. Time. The second one is the word money. Now, this happens in a few ways. People give their money to the person or the thing that will help them to either save some money, earn more money, or both. Now, is there any part of your work that will help a potential client to either save some money or earn more money or both? If it is, and it doesn't take much creativity here, but if it is, you need to talk about your services through that filter. All this stuff about, I love helping people and I'm so passionate is great. But will you help them earn more money or save money? Can they achieve a result faster? That's what they'll give their money for.
Love it.
Number 3 is these 2 words, good feelings. Good feelings. That means it happens in 2 ways. People give their money to the person or the thing that helps them to either feel better about themselves. Does any part of your work help that person to feel better about themselves? Or does it help them to be able to imagine other people having a higher opinion of them, or both? A man buying a financial plan for his family. He does it because he believes as head of the household, it's a responsible thing for him to do. It's a good thing for him to do. And when he does it, he feels better about himself. I care enough and I love my family enough to take care of them financially, even when I'm gone. He also can easily imagine his wife and children appreciating him for the decision he made to protect the family. You know, That's why he'll do it. He's not going to do it because he likes the salesperson. That has nothing to do with anything. Okay? You know what I'm saying, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It doesn't matter. Good feelings. The fourth reason why. Solutions to a problem. Solutions to a problem. Now, this is a double-edged sword. Okay, this cuts both ways. You want to be known for the one or two problems you solve. Mm-hmm. People want to know what one or two problems they can get solved through you. But if you try to come across as if you solve all of their problems or too many of their problems, they like you less and they trust you less. For example, Cortez, I help people to sell better, right?
That's right.
But, I also can help them with their relationships, too. I can give great counsel on the relationships, and I can give great counsel on their taxes. And I'm really, really good at teaching people how to work better together. I can also train them on their leadership skills, and I can help them give advice on raising their children. Notice how the more and more stuff I say I do, the more and more your face dropped. Okay, because nobody wants to hear all of that. And nobody would believe you could do all of that. Get known for your lane. Okay. I need an amen for that. Your lane is what you want to be known for.
Amen. Amen.
That's 4. Okay. Number 5, good health. Is there any way that you and your services will improve your client's health? Now, this is major. Okay. Major, major, major. I'm not talking about just physical health. I want you guys to imagine Cortez improves people's health. I can prove it. Imagine my hand is a plate here, and on this plate, everybody's got all their stuff that they have to do. Okay, all the place they have to be, all the stuff they have to do, all the responsibilities they have. Everyone has a very full plate. There's nobody just sitting around waiting for you to show up with your stuff. Okay, and on top of all their responsibilities, all the stuff they got to do, they got all their worries on there too, and they got all their stressors on top of that. So they got all the stuff they got to do. They got all their worries, all their stressors. If you let Cortez help you, he will take away some of your stress and take away some of your worries about your financial future. He's taking away some of that. Do you have any part of your services that will help your clients to worry less or stress less? If you have that legitimately, okay, you should talk about that. Because that is a reason to hire you.
That's right.
Okay. That's a reason to give you their money. Stress less. The last 2, children. Is there anything about your services that will help your potential clients when it comes to their children? Not raising their children, but help them when it comes to their children. If you have a side hustle, for example, and I always think about this woman here, a single mom with a 14 or 15-year-old daughter. And the daughter is watching mom have a day job and a side business. The daughter is seeing mom hustle. The daughter is seeing mom try. The daughter is seeing mom try and then fail and then try again and then fail again and try again. I think you make a better model for your children when you go forth and earn money or endeavor to do your own thing. You're a better model for them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And the last one is pets, P-E-T-S, pets. And this country, people spend their money enthusiastically on their pets.
Right.
Now, you don't have to have all 7, but as many of you have, the better. Okay?
Yeah. And learning
those are the 7 reasons why.
Craft your message around those things and incorporate those things in your sales script, in your messaging. That is super important. So we do have time, Brian, I believe, to get to the ABCs of selling, but we do got to take a quick break. And you mentioned children, and I want to introduce you guys to a new resource that I discovered that will help your children get their money right. And I want to give you some free gifts if you go out and get this resource to help you as an adult get your money right too. So let's check it out.
I want to help you guys teach the babies about money with this brand new resource right here. Bang, check that out. Kids Love Money. They Just Don't Understand It by S.L. Crawford. Man, I'm excited about this. I'm actually having the author of this book come on the Cortez Hustle Show in a couple weeks. So y'all be looking out for this. But I didn't just get the book, y'all. Watch this. She also created these wonderful money flashcards. Boom! Check that out, man. So now we've got no excuse as to why we are not teaching our babies about money. We know that they're never going to teach this stuff in school. Poverty is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. So please understand that it is your responsibility as a parent to make sure your children are financially literate. You can no longer use the excuse that, hey, my parents didn't teach me about money. No, you can go and learn about money yourself so you can teach it to your children. So these are some pretty dope flashcards that comes with a bundle that I bought. And then this is the book.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
That book is amazing.
Rika is going to help you teach your children about money. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the link in the comments. And anybody who goes and buys the book and the flashcard as a bundle, I'm going to give you 3 free gifts. I'm going to give you a worksheet to help you learn how to grow your income. I'm going to give you an ebook to help you to learn how to grow your assets. And I'm going to give you a $100 restaurant voucher to get free meals at some of your favorite restaurants all throughout the country. All you got to do is make that purchase and inbox me a copy of your receipt. So, Brian,
wait, let me talk about Shanrika's book for a second.
Yeah, man, let's talk about it, bro.
My wife published that book.
Yes.
And I was there to deliver into Shanrika Crawford Benjamin's hands her first copies. I actually videoed it. And the book is amazing. Parents, grandparents, you got to get that book for your grandbabies if you love them, because the book is called Kids Love Money. They just don't understand it. But it's simple, it's colorful. It talks about what money is, where it came from, how to use it. I learned some stuff into it as well. It's not just for children's book, but it's super fun. It makes it super fun for children to learn about money. These are the kind of things that you were never taught, but you wish you were. It's an amazing book, and you got to have it for your children.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Yes, man, it is a great, great work. So she's actually coming on the show next week. Not next week.
You're going to like her.
Next. So I've got my copy, and I've got flashcards as well. So I'm super stoked to bring her on to help our babies get their money right. So I put the link in the comments, guys. If you go make the purchase, though, you got to get the book and the flashcards, though, and then send me a copy of your receipt to inbox, and I'm going to bless you guys with those 3 free gifts real quick. I know you got to go get ready for your show, but let's talk about those ABCs.
Sure. You know, in this country, the ABCs of selling used to be always be closing. Always be closing. Always, because there's only one thing in life that matters. That's to get them to sign on the line that is dotted. That used to be how American salespeople were taught. That's how they were drilled. That's how they were browbeat by managers. But that model does not work in 2021. Nobody can make a sale by bullying the client. Who could get away with bullying you, Cortez, to get you to buy? You know, nobody could get away with that. You can't sell like that. So the new ABCs of selling, in respect to time, the A stands for attunement. Attunement. Can you see your services the way your potential clients see it? Is it difficult for them to work with you? Or is it easy for them to work with you? Hey, man, tell me about your business. Here, go to my website and fill out the questionnaire, and you'll see what it is. I asked that person about his business, and he gave me a homework assignment. He makes it difficult for you to work with it. Think about your business. Is it easy for people to work with you? And can you see your services through their eyes? Can you get in attunement to how they're seeing you? Because you don't sell to yourself. You sell to other people. So the new A is the champions today can get into attunement with their marketplace. Does that make sense, Cortez?
Yes, sir. Love it.
Okay. Now the B stands for buoyancy. Buoyancy. How do you keep your head in a sea of rejection? How do you keep your head when things are not going right? How do you handle that? I'm going to just give you real quickly a key question to start asking yourself, especially if things aren't rocking, especially if things are not going the way you want. Ask yourself this question. Can I do this? Can I do what I'm endeavoring to do? And I love the question because it causes your brain to go seeking an answer. And when you ask yourself, can I do this? Your brain goes looking for an answer, and the answer comes back with very often, yes, you have the experience, you have the skills, you have the gifts as anyone who's doing it. Yes, you can. And that question being answered bolsters your spirits in a sea of rejection sometimes. But can I do this? Can I keep it going? Yes. And then the last question stands for, and this is the C, I think is the most important one, clarity. C stands for clarity. A, attunement, B, buoyancy, C, clarity. Now, it used to be thought of, and it's still a very popular concept, that if you figure out what the client's problems are and you solve their problem for them, you can get business. And there still has some validity to that too. But here's the challenge. Your clients today get bombarded by so much information, and a lot of it is conflicting. You need to do it this way, or you need to do it that way. You need to brand. Don't worry about your brand as much. Market. Okay. Or set a goal. Don't just set a goal. All this conflicting stuff. Now, just as an example for clarity, very often, Cortez, people will come to me and say, Brian, I can't close sales. I'm afraid of closing sales. I don't like closing sales. I'm no good at closing sales. Teach me how to close sales. That's what they think their problem is. And if I'm not clear, I'll just teach them the 4 chances you get to overcome an objection, a 5-step process of overcoming any objection, and the 2 key closes that I think you need to master. But that's not really the problem, because I've learned to ask a question or 2 or 3. So in the last week, how many times have you offered your services to anyone? I haven't offered my service to anybody. How about in the last month, once or twice? How about the last 2 months, once or twice? So you don't have a problem with closing. You're not making nearly enough offers. Clarity is not problem solving, but problem finding. Finding the key problem and working on that. And you have to take the lead, coaches and champions, to find the right problem through questions.
Love it. I know you got to run real quickly. We did 16 ways to move people to action without being pushy, called the art of persuasion. I want to get you rapid fire, and I'm going to hit you one and just tell me agree or disagree if you got time to put a
Let's do it. I got time.
All right, let's do it. So number 1, focus on them, not you.
Absolutely. You're being selfish if you're focusing on you.
Number 2, you already spoke to this, communicate clearly.
Yeah. Yes.
Number 3.
And stop using jargon. On communicate clearly, stop using jargon, because stop using industry terms, and it doesn't make you come across impressive. If they don't understand every single word, everything you say after the word they don't understand, the communication is lost.
Gotcha. Number 3, start small, get small wins, get small, what I call micro yeses on your way to the close.
Yes, even offer things in a smaller dollar amount, because once people pay you for anything, it gets them easier for them to pay you for more things. Look at it as a process.
Number 4, be authentic.
Yeah, everyone's bullcrap meter is set on high, and you can't fool anybody today. They all can tell if you don't believe what you said. Everybody, don't even say it.
Love it. Use reciprocity.
Yeah, only if it's genuine. The law of reciprocity is, you give and receive, and you offer, and they want to do it back. It has to be genuine. Again, this is a bullcrap meter set on high.
Gotcha. Number 6, use proper patterns of speech.
Yes. But don't get hung up on the King's English. Okay. If I say tripping, you know what I mean.
Number 7, create scarcity.
It's hard to do today because there's so much competition. Create scarcity. But there is one key scarcity, that's you yourself. So if I want to buy Cortez Hustle, I can only get Cortez Hustle from Cortez Hustle. I think that's really the only scarcity we have. If they want to buy Brian, they can only get Brian from Brian. Okay.
Yep. Number 8, be confident.
Be confident if you're thinking more about them, especially. You have every right to be confident in your ability to earn money if you know you're benefiting them.
Love it. Number 9, paint a vivid picture.
Yes. Most of the world are visual people. Okay.
Number 10, consider how your audience processes information.
Going back to attunement. Okay. How do they see you and your services? And I really believe to the degree that we can see it through their eyes, the better.
Acknowledge and overcome objections.
Yeah, I don't really, because not all objections are real. I think a lot of times they give you a smoke screen. Can't afford it. That's not a real objection. Price too high. That's not a real objection either. So I teach my clients, Cortez, to not bother over. Your job is not to overcome objections. Your job is to help your client, and your job is to only overcome the objection that matters. So we want to test the objections too.
Number 12, speak in positives.
Yes, as if it's already happened.
Yeah. 13, match the body language of the person you're speaking with.
Careful. People mess that up a lot. Okay. They've heard the idea of mirroring and all that kind of stuff. But if I lean forward and then you lean forward and I lean back and then you lean back, the key is subtlety. And you don't have to match their body language for long. Your whole body has receptors. You only have to match their body language for moments. Just a couple of moments. That's it. 14, notice what matters to them the most. Yes, because it'll come up again. It'll come up. Okay, this is the second time they talked about integrity or integrity. Okay, that comes up. Yes.
Demonstrate your authority and expertise.
Yes, and not just you demonstrating it. What do others say about your stuff? Okay.
Love it. Last one. Be right. Is your product actually right for them? Right. Be right.
Yeah. and that's easy to determine. Yeah. What was number 7 again?
Let me see. Number 7. You want to hang a pin in that one? Number 7 was create scarcity.
Okay, there was one that just I said, man, I need to talk a little bit more about that.
Be confident, paint a vivid picture, consider how they process information, acknowledge, overcome objections, speak in positives.
Let's do speaking positives.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking in positives. The people that enjoy you, they speak a different language than the people that hire you and pay you. Okay. It's very different. Okay. The people that enjoy you, they're hoping to have fun around you or pick up a nugget or two. Okay. Like they might tune in here just to maybe enjoy because Cortez is smooth with his game. So I might enjoy his time and I might pick up a nugget or two. That's enjoy you. But the people that pay you, they care a whole lot more about what they're left with when you're done. Like, what do they get to take away? What they're going to have next week, next month, next year. And you need to speak in the language of what they're left with when you're done. Okay. If you come to his workshop, when that workshop is over, you're going to be able to do this or you're going to have this. Okay. That's the language, the preview of coming attractions. So the people that enjoy you speak a different language than the people that pay you.
Love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've been listening to and learning from the sales confidence coach in the flesh, Brian Keith McNeill. Tell them really quickly how they can get in touch with you if they want to work with you, bro.
I really would rather you just come to my website. My website is Brian, BRIAN, the letter K, and McNeill, McNeill, 2 L's.com. On there, you'll be able to schedule a one-on-one session with me, complimentary. You'll be able to get my free ebook. You'll be able to buy one of my 4 books that are there as well. But there's some really, really cool things there. And I'm so old school that I will even take a phone call. All that stuff is available to you.
Love it. So Brian's got to run and go get prepared for his show with his other half, the empowerment duo, the great Mrs. Lisa Santiago.
That's
McNeill.
my baby.
So you guys make sure you guys check him out as well on the empowerment duo page. I know you got to run, but any last thought?
Man, I love what you do, Cortez. I'm a big fan of you. You're a lifelong learner. You bring amazing people on here. I enjoy popping in when I can. I'm just grateful for this opportunity to be in partnership with you. And I do want to start investing in your game. I want to advertise with you. So let's go ahead and make that happen.
Love it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you guys for all tuning in. Hopefully you shared the show and didn't just soak up this knowledge on your own. Until we talk to you next time, we want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, You deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.